So we got about 3 minutes until the race is going to start. So for anyone who's new to OMS, stands for the Ocarina of Time Master Series. It's a series of 10 challenges that I came up with, and I'm presenting to the Ocarina of Time community over the course of the first 20 weeks of this year. Each one lasts 2 weeks. And yo, Rich, thank you very much for the gift sub. And each task is, it lasts 2 weeks, and players will have that entire 2 weeks to come up with a route and a personal best that they like, and they submit it to the website. And every 2 weeks, a week after submissions close for each task, I'm going to be releasing the results on a stream like this. We're going to take the top 4 competitors and highlight them on the stream and play them back live as if it was a live race. And after that race is done, we're going to see the full leaderboard. Additionally, I also made runs of all of the tasks that I'm releasing. My runs are not real runs. I put together human level lotads of my routes just because I didn't want to grind over and over because I was spending a lot of time working on the rest of it. But anybody who beats my benchmark times on any race or on any task is going to get 50 extra points on the leaderboard, and points are assigned otherwise based on your overall rank. Top competitor in each one, first place is going to get 200 points, and it goes down to there until 40th place, where everywhere beyond 40th place, everyone just gets 10 points for participating. And then plus 50 for as many people as beat my benchmark. So my benchmark's also going to be on the layout, so we're going to see 5 runs all playing back simultaneously. I've got 2 of the top 4 competitors in call with me right now. I'll reveal who they are in about a minute when we start. I'm going to start right on the hour. What else? Oh, another thing I forgot to mention about the OoT Master Series is that there are prizes at the end. Cash prizes for the top 5 finishers by points in the overall leaderboard at the end. And I put in $500 of my own money to fund the initial prize pool, and I also set up a crowd-funded portion of the prize pool, which is hosted on a GoFundMe site. You can go to the link you see on screen right there at the bottom, bit.ly/OMS-funds, or you can at any point during the race go to !OMS in chat and click the GoFundMe link that comes up in chat right now. If you feel like donating anything to the prize pool, that's super cool of you. If not, no worries, sit back and enjoy. And we're going to get started here in right about 30 seconds. Oh, and in that 30 seconds, I guess I should explain what Task 1 is. It's called Block to the Future. You can see it right there on the side of the screen. There are 2 goals. Song of Time blocks, or those blue blocks that you play the Song of Time in front of, to move them. And when they move, some of them, what they actually do is go to the opposite era. Either go back or forward 7 years in the game. And so your goal was to take a Song of Time block which begins in the past, send it to the future, and go touch it in the future. And then the opposite. While in the past, or while in the future, send a Song of Time block that begins there, back into the past, go back and touch it. And that's exactly what these runners did. And these 4 runners were the first people, or the top people, to do it. And let's switch over to the race layout, and it's going to start right away. These are them. Bunuru, Count, Fanta, and Tob. Tob? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Somebody correct me in chat. And we have Count and Fanta in the call right now. Guys, hello.
Hello.
Welcome. What do you guys think of the first task?
I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a really simple task, but also had a lot of variations in how you could approach it with the different Song of Time blocks you could choose to go for. So I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah. This first one, I wanted to make sure that it was completable glitchless, right? Like, you don't need to do anything special to just accomplish this, even if it might be slow. But also I wanted it to be super open-ended so that people could try different things. And we definitely had quite a few routes show up across all 50 or so people who competed. These 4 all settled on pretty much the exact same route. So we're going to see people almost as if it was just a regular speedrun category race going for the same tricks, and it'll just be a raw competition of power. We'll see who wins. And I think all Banura, Count, and Fanta are all competing on Wii, and then Tab is on N64.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
Oh, and then the little one, just under the timer on the layout, that is my benchmark. I did a little bit of a different route. I didn't have anyone to route with me, so I just did what I thought was best. You'll see me getting Ocarina, whereas everybody else went for Aqua Escape and Lost Woods. And that's because I played quite a few songs in my route, and I figured it was better.
Yeah, I am curious to see which route you decided to go for. Before Jolin discovered the windmill clip, there were two or three that we were considering.
Fun story about the windmill jump. I actually discovered it independently for this challenge, and you'll see me use it.
Yeah, so we were discussing that a little bit to see, maybe Danny has discovered this at some point and will be using it in this run. So it's quite cool to see that you actually did that.
That's pretty wild.
I was messing around in the windmill for like hours trying to figure out if there was a way up there. And it's really funny, actually. The setup that I settled on is not too dissimilar from the one that a lot of people ended up using. So it's so cool to see how people converge on nearly the same ideas when they have the same goal in mind.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think we did time getting Ocarina, and I think it ended up being pretty close, but it was only like a few seconds slower than Aqua Escape and Bolt.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh yeah, I did I did the backflip buffer owl skip because I figured if I'm making a human level Lotad, I might as well just try hard as much as I could.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I think it only saves time on VC because N64 buffers are so slow that it ends up just being like exactly the same. Also, I want to shout out a couple people who did a really impressively difficult route just for the hell of it. ZFG and Consultant both did this really amazing route that did Child Mushroom and skipped Hookshot. So they had to defeat Phantom Ganon with, what's it called? Quick Put Away. So they like hovered up to Phantom Ganon to catch him with the ISG Quick Put Away hitbox, like mid-air as he came out of the painting. It looked extremely brutal, but they both pulled it off and they submitted completed runs. So good for them.
Yeah, that route's really cool. I think there was like a couple of routes before the windmill clip that was being considered. One of them was Child Mushroom, but with Hookshot. So like Child Mushroom, get ZL using the mushroom, and then just grab Hookshot and do Forest and Goron City block. Or just grab Child Choose and do Trade Quest with Choose, do the Forest block and the Goron City block. So quite similar, but just getting ZL in different ways.
Yeah, when I was doing this, I recorded a run of two different routes. I recorded a run of Child Mushroom route with Forest Temple block, and I recorded a run of the route that you're seeing me do, and this one ended up winning by quite a lot.
Oh, interesting. I was expecting Child Choose Adult RBA from your Lotad, but that was assuming that you didn't have the clip ready for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't have any game audio showing. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on the audio from my TV because it doesn't have any voice stream on it. So I think I'll do that.
It's cool that everyone got Castle Before Night.
Yeah, the times were very competitive. You'll see at the end, we're gonna have 4 people finishing fairly in sync with each other. So it's really anyone's guess who wins. Oh, that's right. I wanted to do a prediction in chat. So out of the 4, I'm gonna turn it on right now. I think you two on the call are banned from participating because you know at least your own times, and I'm pretty sure you know each other's. So,
Maybe.
who do you guys think is gonna win out of these 4? Everybody is right here together in Temple of Time, so it's really anyone's race at this point. Game volume too loud? Okay, I will turn it down. Thank you. No Danny option? I could have included me if you think nobody beats my benchmark. I will tell you that at least one player beat my benchmark. And at least one player will be the proud recipient of 50 extra points.
I was wondering how hard you were going to go with the optimizations in your LOTAD. See if it would be like reasonable to be, or if you had to be like a really good run.
So I went pretty hard on the routes that I came up, or like once I decided on a route, I went pretty hard on the execution. But my thinking was that there's going to be at least some collaboration and some like community settling on what route is best, and that's almost surely going to be better than whatever I come up with myself. So I figured that if people are going to beat me, it's probably going to be on routing, so I might as well put up a really good time for the route that I'm going for.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what the time will be.
So I'm a little bit behind everybody else right now. It's because I got Ocarina. Then I'll save some time back, of course, later when I don't have to do Ocarina items for all the songs that I play. But we'll see. We'll see how much it saves me. Have either of you two guys done any Task 2 runs yet?
I've done runs, but I haven't been able to finish one yet, so it's quite difficult to get a good run for that one.
I haven't practiced at all yet. I've just been kind of on a cooldown from the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, this week was kind of rough on the grinding.
I should be getting into it next few days.
How many attempts would you say you each put in on Task 1?
I did 200.
200? Damn.
Yeah.
Count, what about you?
I can check. Uh, 146 for me.
Very nice.
The route kind of lends itself to having to spam out a load of runs to get what you need.
Yeah, it's intro skip definitely helps. And it's also nice that it's not too long. The tasks will, in general, get longer on average, but the longest one still is not that bad. I won't say approximately what it is, but they will all be grindable for sane people.
I guess because this was a week one, quite a few people probably did more runs than they would do for like the following weeks, just because the hype's there.
Yeah, I definitely think there will be a little bit of burnout as we get to the end, but I'm hoping that at least for players in the top 5 contention, that prize money will keep the motivation strong. I was debating a little bit like how long to make each task so that it didn't feel drawn out, but I feel like 2 weeks is good because people can spend like a week, like planning and thinking about it and not really going that hard on grinding, and then a week just, doing runs. That way, like, it feels spaced out, so you're not just constantly time pressured,
Yeah, I think 2 weeks is good. Any longer probably would have been a bit too long, and having like a week's just not enough, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 2 weeks is good.
All right, we got our first players taking control of Adult Link. Everybody's done the exact same thing so far. See if we see any deviations.
So Bono did equip slightly differently to count there, which is slightly important. It will end up causing Bono to need an additional screen scroll, I think, or an additional equip, just because of the way. Like you need bombs on C right.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
need like a. Yeah, like you need bombs on C right after this save warp. I think optimally. So you don't have to equip an item after getting the pocket cuckoo.
Makes sense.
Small thing.
Yeah.
And I was really happy to see an N64 submission in the top 4 here. Because one thing I was worried about is that like it would just be all VC all the time. Because it's at the past few years, it feels like OT is sort of trending that way. Like we just keep finding more things that make VC a little bit stronger and a little bit more powerful. Like bottom of the well choose blank A was reigning supreme for so long, and now we have Skull Push that sort of kills that a little bit. But
Yeah. I do think N64 was probably optimal for this task.
Yeah.
There's a lot of save warps, and put away OI helps out a bit later on as well.
Hey, RG, thank you very much for the raid, dude. Welcome, everybody. We just got started on the adult section for our top 4 competitors for OMS Task 1. And we'll see who wins.
I was pretty even with Tob after my Star cutscene, but the gap's slowly increasing from the save warping.
Yeah. And there's another save warp coming up right now, so he's going to gain even more time on these guys. Usually for races or like bingos, there's a lot of restrictions on what sorts of version-specific stuff you're allowed to use. Like in bingo, you're not allowed to use anything that is like particularly strong for one version or another to try to balance it better. But for this, I wanted to open it up and make it feel like just a regular leaderboard submission where whatever comes out on top just is the best for that submission. Because I think it'd be really cool to see each category sort of like get divided, maybe even have one person compete on a different, like their non-preferred platform if they figure out that a route is particularly good on another one. I think that'd be really cool to see. So we'll see how that develops as the season goes on.
Yeah, I'm seeing potentially some early eyeball frog stuff maybe in a route that would force a lot of people to play on N64.
Yeah. Are these in order? They are in order of the alphabet. In reading order, they're in alphabetical order by the name of the player. We do not know who wins yet.
I actually almost lost a run here. Got very lucky that my bugs didn't just go into the void there.
Oh, did you
one bug stayed in bounds, so it was very lucky.
You dropped them too close to the wall?
I input the crouch tab and it just didn't come out, so I pressed bottle after that, and yeah, I almost just dropped the bugs in the void.
Do I have a fun alphabet fact to share? Yeah, I do actually. My name, Danny B, actually, all of the letters in that name are present in the alphabet. All right, so these players are all doing the beginning of the adult trade quest because RBA is a glitch that lets us use those items to write some really useful values into our inventory and get items that are going to be helpful to us. In particular, we're getting a bomb bag, which is going to be very helpful for going fast.
So we get to see the fun part of the run now. If you look at count, so you
Will
have
he
to
get the bombs? There they are. Very nice.
Hey, look at that.
Yep, you need RNG bombs for this route, so you can either get that drop or you're forced to pull west to Kikiri Forest and farm from the rocks there.
What happened with the bugs in the bottles? Yeah, so that's a glitch called RBA, stands for Reverse Bottle Adventure. And if you notice on these players' B button, where there's normally a sword, there's a bottle with bugs right now. If you do that, then anytime that you update the contents of your B button bottle, it will write values directly into your inventory. And with some clever manipulation of what is on C right, we can determine where those values get written, and therefore what we get from those values. So these players just did it with Kajiro on Seat Right, which granted them a bomb bag for free without having to get one for real. RBA is super powerful, and a lot of OOT speedruns rely on doing RBA with the trade quests because the trade quest items often just happen to line up with really useful stuff.
It's quite unfortunate for Bono that he didn't
Yeah,
actually get
reload.
good RNG here.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I got first rock, so that's nice. It put me ahead of Bono, but Bono did get 2 drops there, which is very lucky. 2 drops from back-to-back rocks.
It's really amazing to me watching 3 players within like 4 seconds of each other 20 minutes into a speed run, like a speed run that didn't exist 3 weeks ago. It's really incredible how like everybody just converges on the same ideas and the skill levels are so similar. It's unbelievable. So we're getting Minuet here because this task necessitates that you travel back and forth in time. You, at the very least, have to go to Adult Link and then go back to Child Link. And in order to do that, you have to beat Forest Temple because Sheik blocks the Master Sword pedestal until you beat Forest Temple. Not just beat the boss, but you actually have to like go in the Blue Warp and get the Forest Medallion. So we'll see players getting Minuet so that they can play a song and get back to Forest Temple quickly later when it's good for the route.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to like a standard trade quest bingo, but for this task specifically, you don't need a hookshot early on anyway, so it's faster to go for the lucky bomb drop. I think it was like, if you get like the bomb drop from the first rock, it's like probably like 40 seconds faster than getting hookshot first.
Yeah, and if you didn't want to deal with RNG, you could just get Hickshot earlier and get the Dampe Grave bombs.
Yeah. Everyone getting the Hess?
Everybody gets full Goron City Hess.
Yeah, and that's I lost a lot of runs to that Hess. It's quite tricky.
Only 2 Jimmy Jives, though.
Yeah, it's a shame. Optimal movement through a DMT. Nobody does it though. I'm trying to bring it into everyone's runs.
Oh, a little bit of self promo. Right after this, at 1:00 Eastern, I'm going to be on the GDQ channel doing a glitchless any percent run. So if you want to stop by, type some glitchless lulls into the GDQ chat. That'd be cool. I'll be on 8F's Hotfix show, PB Precipice, which I kind of am on the precipice of a PB in that category. So it'd be cool to get one on the GDQ channel. So my benchmark is pretty far behind here, but I also have already gotten Hookshot, and I have an Ocarina. So we'll be seeing a little bit of catch-up being done pretty soon.
There's a cool little optimization with this Song of Time block as well. After getting the hookshot.
Yeah, that was a cool one. That's something I definitely didn't do.
So this was we actually knew about this like 5 days before Jolene posted the video of it.
Ooh, nice. You guys found it before he did.
Link 11 found it, yeah. Yeah, he found it I think it was 5 days before Jolene. So we had a little bit of an advantage there where we could use this in runs.
Yeah, check out Count's stream. We're gonna see him doing a little trick to do Ocarina items to play Song of Time to send the first Song of Time block back. But he's doing it right under the door, so that the moment the song is over, he's gonna get crushed, and he doesn't have to stand there and climb out of the windmill. And that's what was it, 5 seconds faster or something?
Yeah, it's 5 or 6 seconds. I'd do it slightly differently because bomber is a little hard for me. So I use a bomb to OI here, and then that lets me delay this equip that Count's done, so that I can use that pause to buffer bomber Y.
Right.
So that loses a bomb, but it's a little safer. And even if you you can pause buffer 3 times and it's still equal with just dropping and catching bugs and doing OI that way.
Makes sense. Yeah, and my benchmark, which got hookshot early, just got that block from the windmill side and then went back out the front door. Did I do an OI even though I have Ocarina? That's really funny. I must have totally forgot. Oh no, I think it's because I just had Bottle on B and I needed to RBA the Song of Time anyway. Yeah, that's what that was.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Oh, you did that method for the Bosky skip. Surprised you don't do the easy one, Count. Isn't that one frame perfect?
I mean, with the other one, you have to press the buttons on the same frame anyway, so they're kind of both frame perfect, but yeah. And that one's a little bit faster because you don't have to quick draw the hook beforehand.
Yeah.
I messed around with both of them and I kind of just did what I was comfortable with in the moment.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I'm going for Saw RBA here, which probably was slower. I think that was one of the downfalls of my route.
Yeah, I think before the Jolene windmill clip was found, we were doing Saw RBA, so you could unload Dampe's Grave as child.
Mm.
And so you could still use that block rather than the forest block.
Makes sense. I think what I ended up doing was playing Nocturne anyway, and then just walking to Windmill's front door from the graveyard.
Yeah.
Gonna minimize my PB real quick. Oh wait, hold on. Instead of that, I gotta be careful on this layout because if I ever accidentally turn off a video, OBS doesn't save where it was, so it'll just restart. So they have to beat Phantom Ganon because this task necessitates that they go back in time, back to Child Link for a Child 2 section, and that can't happen unless you beat Forest Temple. In place of my PB there's a little advertisement for the prize pool. If you're enjoying the OMS content, watching these players compete, seeing the task reveals and using the website and stuff like that, and if you have a couple dollars to spare, I recommend sending a little bit of it to the top players. If you donate to the prize pool on the GoFundMe, that's at the link that you see on the screen or in the OMS chat command, every dollar you donate minus the fees that GoFundMe takes out will go directly to one of the top 5 players at the end of the competition. The layout is sick, yeah. And now that everybody's here, I'm going to give another big shout out to Richard for doing this for me. Richard is a fantastic friend, and he did this for free. He refused payment. I tried very hard, but he just wanted to do it for fun. And it looks amazing. So we're getting pretty close to it. All of the setup work has pretty much been done. There's nothing standing in the way of these players anymore from just going straight to the Song of Time blocks, one after another, and getting these goals done. And we're about a half hour through. So there's like 4 sub-goals that you have to do, right? You have to send each of the 2 Song of Time blocks to the opposite age, and you have to touch each of those 2 Song of Time blocks in the age that they went to. So far in this route, after a half hour, one of those 4 things has been accomplished. We've gotten the adult Song of Time block sent back to child, and that's it. These are not live. No, these are the best runs that players submitted over the 2 weeks that this task was open. This task closed a week ago, though. And I spent a week just, verifying the runs and cleaning up the leaderboard, doing a little bit of retiming in case of close results. So, yeah, these are the top 4 from those submissions, played back as if it were a race. And then right after this is over, I'm going to make the leaderboard live on the website, and you guys get to see how everybody did, not just these 4. And we'll get to find out how many players beat my benchmark time. How many runs were submitted? It was somewhere around 50. I don't know exactly how many. Somewhere around 50. We'll be able to see very easily when the leaderboard is up, because people's rank will be right next to their name. I think I only had to reject a couple of them, and it was not because they played the wrong way. It was because their videos were broken, and I reached out to them and didn't get responses. So, luckily, everybody who submitted a video of an actual run did the run properly. So the Child 2 segment, I noticed that I did it backwards from everybody else. What do you guys think? I see everybody save warping here to Link's house, and then doing Goron City first, and then walking down the trail to Windmill. But I guess because I had Nocturne. Given the fact that I had Nocturne, do you think it was faster for me to do Windmill first and then climb up to Goron City?
Not too sure, actually. I'd say if you have Nocturne, then I'd imagine, yeah, it's faster to do it in that order. Without Nocturne, yeah, this way was 5 seconds faster than leaving, falling into the moat and going to Kakariko and going to Goron City.
Makes sense. Yeah, especially without Arena.
Yeah. Ocarina is.
Yeah, you're gonna see
Quick
that. I'm pretty far behind here. I haven't even watched the prelude cutscene yet, and these runners are already, significantly into their Child 2 segments. But there's still quite a bit of catch up to be made so far. Danny's voice is extremely sexy today. Good. That's good.
That's what he's going for.
So yeah, there were basically two options that everybody went for with the Song of Time blocks. It was Goron City and Windmill, and then the other one was Goron City and Forest Temple. I think every single submission did one of those two things. Forest Temple being probably the harder option, and it ended up being a little bit slower too.
Yeah, I think without the windmill clip, Forest Temple block would have been optimal.
Yeah.
But the route was also like quite a bit harder than this one, so whether it'd actually be faster in a run is another thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. And here is that windmill clip, unbuffered from Count. Easy cheese. And we have our first Song of Time block totally completed. Players just had to touch a Song of Time block in the opposite age from where it started. So Count is half done in terms of Song of Time blocks.
The timing for this setup is the same as bridge flip, so if you're comfortable with that, you can definitely do it unbuffered.
Oh, that's cool.
There's other setups where it can be a frame earlier, but for this one, it should be the same.
Do you know how many frames you have to begin the roll relative to the spinning of the thing?
For the setup I'm about to do, it's 8 frames.
Oh, nice. That's good.
The slash you do
lenient.
before makes it from like 3 to 8 frames for some reason.
And here was my setup. I did like a thing where I flicked up left. It was probably not nearly as refined or easy, but that's what I found on my own. Suddenly I'm back in the race.
Tob getting to do put away OI here, which is
Ooh.
giving him the lead over Bono. It's a nice time save. Outside this house is extremely laggy as well on BC.
Yeah,
So-
I felt like turning right before like dropping the bugs helped with the lag reduction a little bit. But yeah, I did notice it.
Yeah, the save up and put away OI that saved a lot of time.
We're getting real close here. We got Adult 2 happening, and the only thing these players have to do in Adult 2 is touch the Goron City Song of Time block.
It did put away OI, Wally. So you can just you can put away the bottle and then press the bottle 1 frame later and it lets you play Ocarina inside places where you can use a bottle.
Yeah, because if you don't have access to put away OI, you have to use like an item, like a sword, and all the items are grayed out in the houses.
Yeah.
Here it is. Congrats to all the people who voted for Count LG as the winner of Task 1, and congrats to Count himself for winning with a time of 36:36. Very nice time.
It's a ridiculous time, that. It's so fast. I wasn't expecting sub 37, but Yeah.
And all three of the others are in Sacred Forest Meadow at the same time, sprinting to Goron City as fast as they can. I think my live split timer might be a little bit desynced with these runs, but Tob in second place with a 37-28. Banuru in third place with a 37-32. So close, 4 seconds apart.
Get the full screen.
And then Fanta with a very respectable fourth place in a 37-50, which is not at all what that timer says. I don't really know what's going on with the sync, but that's okay. And then last up, we got me trudging along.
Yeah, 37 was my goal for this, and I actually got it on Saturday evening, so it was last minute.
Very
Fanta
nice.
barely squeezed in a 37.
Yeah.
All 4 of them beat the benchmark, which means, oh, we got Fanta starting over. Very nice. Which means all 4 of them will receive 50 extra points on the leaderboard in addition to the sizable number of points that they already got. And then, so in a couple seconds here, when I finish with a time of not 39 minutes as it says, but actually 38 something. I don't know what it was. 38:43 was the benchmark time. So anybody who beat that gets 50 extra points on the leaderboard. So give me a second here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the leaderboard so we can all see it. Just need to do a couple things on the back end here. And... okay. The leaderboard should be open. I'm going to go ahead and add a... probably should have done this earlier. But I'm going to go ahead and add a little capture to this layout real quick so we can all look at it together. Okay, here it is. Count LG, prefixed prophetically with the world record in front. This is the
stand for world record, but I won't say
Oh?
what it stands for.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is the overall leaderboard. Currently, the overall leaderboard looks exactly the same as the Task 1 leaderboard. But I'm going to go to the Task 1 leaderboard because there we will see who got the plus 50. It was the top 7 players all got the plus 50 with GSK8 coming real close, only a few seconds off. And special shoutouts to Juke and Marco, who also squeezed in the sub 38 just a few seconds behind Fanta. Almost made it into the top 4. Yeah, how many people was it? 48 people. Super cool. Everybody was under an hour. Also super cool. If you are on this leaderboard, you should probably see a white highlight on your name. Make it easier to find yourself. That'll be true on any leaderboard page. And yeah, you can go back and forth between overall and the task you want to see as we get deeper into the competition. But right now, they're exactly the same, aside from the plus 50 indicating the benchmark being beaten. Cool. Very cool. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. Count and Fanta, thank you very much for participating in commentary with me. Appreciate it. If either of you make it to the top 4 for any of the other tasks coming up, I'll be asking you to do it again. If you want to,
Sounds good.
Of course.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do right now is head over to the GDQ channel. I'm going to be doing a glitchless any % run of Ocarina of Time on 8F's Hotfix show, PB Precipice. So I'm going to raid them right now. And I got to head offline because I got to just prepare for that in the next 2 minutes. So thank you guys for
Welcome
watching.
back.
Thank you. And we'll see everybody for the Task 3 reveal next week.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
Yep.